This is a video on how to change oil on really about any vehicle, but specifically an 03 Chevrolet Silverado with a 5.3 V8 non-flex fuel. First of all, I guess, as you can see, I already got it up on ramps. But you gotta make sure that your ramps are able to hold the weight of the vehicle, so that it's not crushing you. You don't need ramps, but it makes it a lot easier to change the oil. So, with that being said, so far I have got my creeper ready, got a light down there ready. These are the tools you'll need. You can use an oil filter wrench, or oil filter socket, made in USA. Okay, and 3/8 drive extension with the ratchet. Okay, you need a 15mm wrench. Of course, you need an oil filter for the specific model. And oil. I use Mobil 1. Alright, so far, what I've done is I've dropped the oil. But I will show you where the drain plug's at. Alright. There's a drain plug, and that goes right in, right there, where it's dripping there. There's a hole right there. So you pull that out, careful, because more than likely, I'm sure your engine oil will be hot, and you don't want to burn yourself, so be careful with that. And then conveniently, the oil filter's right there. It's hard to see. Let me grab my light here. There we go. And there's the oil filter. Now, to take that off, what you want to do is grab your oil filter pliers, or, oh, see, wrong size. Got the wrong size for this particular oil filter, so I'm gonna have to use the pliers. I'm trying to get some light up in here. Alright, now what you want to do is just like that. Put it on there, give it a twist. Make sure your oil pan is ready to catch the oil so you're not dripping everywhere. You just keep turning it off like that. As you can see, oil starts coming down. I like to just let it drain for a while. That way I don't get hot oil on my hands. Wouldn't be a bad idea to wear gloves either, but I don't. And these will generally use about 6 quarts, give or take, half a quart. But I will show you that later on in this video. So you let it drain like so for a while. And then I'll reach up in there and grab it, which I'm not going to video because I need both hands to do this. So, alright. Well, I got the oil filter off. You want to take a rag, wipe that, well, let's say that shiny ring area there. Make sure there's not any dirt on it. You see my drain plug's still out, still dripping, whatever. Just haven't put it in back yet. It can go back anytime now. Now I'm going to put the oil filter on, and you just thread it right onto that. You can see it's kind of threaded right there on there. You just screw it back on, just like it came off. So, we'll see if I can multitask here and get it on. I got my finger in some fresh oil, and you want to make sure that you put a nice even layer of oil on the rubber on the oil filter, what butts up against the bottom of the engine, because otherwise it helps it seal. Not only that, but it Helps next time you take it off. The rubber doesn't stick to the bottom of the engine. Alright, so got that on there. And I know this one will fit on here. At least I'm pretty confident it will. So now I'm just going to take and tighten this puppy up. It doesn't have to be super tight, but you want it nice and firm. Don't want it coming off, but yet you don't want it cranked down there so tight you can't get it off next time you change your oil. Alright, so we got that. Now I'm going to take my drain plug here. Now it's very, very tip. There's a magnet. As you can see, there's shavings on there going off of my finger. You want to, there we go, get it focused a little better. You want to make sure you get those off. So wipe those off with the rag, or your pants, or your shirt, or your hair. Preferably a rag would probably be the best. Alright, now we're just going to take and thread that right back in there. Like so. Don't cross thread it, for sure. Now I'll take I've got a ratchet wrench, but you can use a normal wrench. And we will tighten this guy up. Like I said, you don't need to reef on it, but nice and snug, nice and firm. Okay, then you can wipe off the oil that dripped here and there. You can wipe that off the rag if you so desire. Anyways, so that's that under here. Alright, now for the final part, we're going to add the oil. We're going to make sure we put the proper amount in it. You can see, sometimes it'll say right on the cap what oil to use. Sometimes you have to go to your owner's manual. And it's best to go with your owner's manual, check capacities, all that good stuff. Alright, so I want 5W30 in this one, which we will find right on the container here. 5W30. Like I said, I like Mobile One, but you can use whatever brand you want. There's cheaper brands, there's more expensive brands, so it's kind of in the middle. Alright, and this is the fill cap here. I just want to turn that off. Okay, then I suggest getting a funnel, which I have here. You can pick those up at any place that sells oil. You should be able to find funnels. Now I'll come over here, take the cap off my oil. Make sure you get this silver seal off of here so you're not getting that inside your engine. And I've known to be a very, very dry and boring person to listen to, so just let you know. And these come with 5 US quarts, and I think we're going to need about 6 if I remember right, but we'll start with 5 and check it. Okay, and you just want to pour it out right inside that fill tube. Make sure your funnel doesn't fall out, you'll have a big mess. And you want to make sure, as I stated earlier, that you want to have your drain plug nice and tight, not reefed on. You don't have to pull really hard, but nice and tight, and your oil filter nice and tight too. Otherwise, either the oil filter will fall off when you least want it to, or it'll leak oil and it will cost you lots of money to fix your engine, if your engine's even fixable. Alright, I poured that in. I'm going to check it. I'm going to start it up and run it and see what it looks like. I'm going to drop it off the ramps and check it. Alright, I let it run for about 5 minutes. You want to make sure that the oil gets pumped into the filter. Make sure, you know, nothing needs to fill up with oil anymore. It's all distributed, and so you can get a proper reading on the dipstick. This yellow, this is for your transmission. This one's for your engine oil. Yellow tends to always be engine oil, and red always tends to be transmission oil. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this out. There. And the first time you pull it out after your engine's running, make sure you just wipe it off and reinsert it. The engine throws oil up on the dipstick and then gives you an inaccurate reading. So you just want to push that back in there, like so, push it all the way in, pull it back out. Let's see what we got here. Alright, it's kind of, especially when the video recorder drops. Okay, see the oil right there? Needs to be up here. Okay, and you think, oh wow, I need to add like 5 more quarts. No. That typically, when you're on the bottom of your markings here, sometimes they're crosshatched, sometimes they're circles like this. You need to just put a quart in there and it'll bring it up here. So, and you don't need to necessarily start it again. You just need to add a quart and check it again. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so I added a quart, put my cap back on. Okay. Now let's pull the dipstick and see what we got. See the oil line right there. That's where we need it to be. So that's what we got. That's what we needed. So put your cap back on, put your funnel away, dispose of your oil properly, and make sure that your oil's all the way up the crosshatch, and you're good to go. Thank you.